Oh, snap. That'll do it. Hmm. No, it won't. Crap. No, it won't. Hey, y'all. I'm going to give y'all a testimony real quick. I had a sinus my sinus was hurting, bothering me. What's up, man? Father, we get the honor, glory in Jesus' mighty name. I ain't got long. What's good? I'm about to I got a little testimony. I ain't got long because my battery on 21%. But I'm tell y'all how the Lord came through for me real quick. If y'all don't mind. What's up with it? If y'all don't mind, I'm tell you how the Lord came through for me. To let you know that He still at any given time, but when let me tell you how He came through for me. Man, it was just, how y'all doing today before I go on? I'm gonna just wait just a little bit. How y'all doing? I'm gonna let y'all know what God did for me. I didn't sleep none last night. Man. I tossed and turned. But I'm good. The news that I got today, was awesome. So, and like I said, I ain't gonna make this long because my battery life ain't that good. So, I told you I needed some parts for my truck and this and that, like some head gaskets, some cylinders, and all that kind of stuff, right? I'm trying to get going. You right? So I was in the backyard. I hit up my grandmama. I hit up my dad yesterday. And my dad was like, son, you need to get to work. I'm like, Daddy, I'm trying to get my truck going so I can do what I'm supposed to do. I'm trying to do that. I'm like, you got to make this make sense. I'm trying to get going and I don't really want to tear a miracle vehicle. Right? So what else? I don't want to skip now. So my mama told me, he was like, I already helped him with a part. The part was like $200 something. Yeah, and he gave me when I bought a miracle truck. I had like $2,700. I needed like $400 or $500 more. He gave that to me. He was like, I already did it. I can't do nothing else for him, right? I was like, dang, but my daddy don't mind helping strangers. My dad don't mind helping no strangers. Anybody ask him something, he'll do it. But when it comes to, me or kids, it's always something. Because the thing is, they don't think we're going to do right by what they giving us. That's just what it is. That's why people will always help a stranger. Parents will always help a stranger. And, parents always say, my dad always tell me, you always listen to somebody else before you listen to me. I said, no, it's not that. It's just that ain't nothing wrong with getting a second opinion, right? I said, ain't nothing wrong with getting a second opinion. Ain't that I don't believe what you say. If you some he say, some things he say, I didn't believe. Like one time my daddy said he was in the barn out in the country and a rainbow fell on the barn. And I was like, man, ain't no rainbow fall on no barn. And I was laughing at him. But I've been through 2 rainbows before. He said, when the rainbow fell on the barn, he said it got dark and it was warm. And I was like, but it's true. Even myself, I went through 2 rainbows before. Rainbows literally hit the ground. If y'all don't know this, they literally hit the ground. So I was going down, before I go off, I ain't trying to go off. I was going down the interstate and the end of the rainbow was on the ground. And I never forget, I drove through it and it got dark. And inside of the rainbow, I promise, God is my witness. The rainbow, if you ever get to drive through a rainbow, like in a rainbow, like the part that hit the ground is warm, it's dark. You see all the colors like around, and it's moisture all in the air. I promise, it is very true. So I told him, I said, I believe you now. I said, cause I've been through 2 rainbows. God is my truth. God is the truth. So some stuff, they just don't believe. He just don't believe that we gonna take care of what he give, right? So he was like, I did this and did that. In my mind like that, I mean, but I understand he want his children to branch out. And I get it. But at the same time, if you see him trying to do something, but I told him it's okay. I'm gonna make it. I said, I'm gonna make it. I said, don't worry, I'm gonna make it. So I called my grandma this morning. I said, Grandma, I said, if I needed help, could you help me with something? She said, what is it? Is it for money? I said, well, I'm trying to get my truck. I got some. She said, well, I ain't got no money right now. Ain't nobody got no money right now. So I was like, all right. So I got a friend now. God told me he gonna be a blessing to you, Mac. I'm like, okay. So he a mechanic, but he also worked too. So he called me. When I just got done praying, I was like, God, I got to get all these parts. I can't afford all these parts. I'm like, how am I going to do this? He called me and said, hey, I ordered your parts. I said, his name Jimmy. I said, Jimmy, what you talking about? He said, I ordered your parts. I said, I told you. I said, you got to wait till I get the money. I ain't got the money. I said, I told you to wait. He said, oh, don't worry about it. He said, I talked to my wife last night, and you got to get to work. He said, I already bought all your parts. I said, what, man? I said, what? Bro, when you down and you don't know, see, God be watching. See, at the same time, even my good friend from Louisiana, he told me, he said, Mac, God gonna bless you because you've been faithful. You've been faithful through everything. Like, people trying to do this, but you kept and held on to God. And it ain't just stopping at the truck. It ain't just stopping there. He said, and I can honestly say this by myself, I have believed God in everything that he told me. And that one thing people don't see about my life or your life. I trust God. I trust the Lord. It's ugly and it's scary, but I still trust him, though. I still trust him. Like, I ain't just talking about I trust him. It been years of this stuff. It been years of wondering, is everything gonna be all right? But see, God, he tested me and he tried me because he want to know you ain't gonna turn. He want to know if I was gonna turn my back on him. And my partner said this. He said, when you get your truck running, God gonna bless you, man. He said, and I don't just talk like this. He said, I'm not just saying such and such. He said, but I feel in my spirit like you about to come into a blessing because you've been obedient to God. And he said, when your truck get running, you gonna make so much money. He said, cause you've been through it. He said, you've been through it. And God seen it and you ain't turn away from him. The same thing I'm telling you. Same thing I'm telling you. Man, I'm telling you, it's scary. Man, it looks like you about to lose it all, and you may lose it. I had a 2015 Dodge Ram. I love that truck. Got repoed. Couldn't 2023 when it got repoed. Everything had to sleep in the van, but God did that to see what I turned away from. I ain't never turned away from God. I was angry. I was mad. I was disappointed, but I never turned away. I done had dreams where Satan himself came to me telling me he trying to get me to sign a deal with him. I saw with my eyes. Man, look, when you keep trusting God, it's not necessarily mean it's gonna get worse than worse. Y'all, you gonna die. Like, you gonna be so dead. You ain't gonna be numb. It's just that it's gonna be second nature. It's gonna be second nature that you trust God no matter what, even though how bad it is. That's where I'm at. It's like, even though I said I lose it, how I was like, man, whatever, God. I said, you know, I still trust. So you not gonna lose. You may get embarrassed. You may get humiliated in trusting God, but you ain't gonna stay there. You ain't gonna stay there. Man, that man said he paid for all of my parts. He said he paid for all of my parts. And then we're gonna put it on for free. What I'm telling you, you trust God. And look, this I feel like this is the beginning of blessings for me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like this is the beginning of blessings for me. Like, this been a long time that I've been holding on, trusting God that he come through with these promises. And I believe I'm about to start walking into this stuff for real. Like I said yesterday, I really feel like I'm about to start walking into the promises. Because I know I may not be the perfect person. I'm not perfect. But one thing I do, I trust God and I obey him. I try to do the best of my ability. And so when you do like that, not like me, but when you start and obey God, watch and see how stuff gonna start unfolding for you. And man, the truck ain't just, even with the lady talking about pay her back, I'm gonna pay her back. And like I said, I thought it was from her, but I mean, I thought it was from the Lord. But you know, the enemy tried to trap me in all kind of ways. He can't trap me. He can't trap me. He tried to make me look bad. He can't trap me. He tried to accuse me. He can't accuse me. He can't trap me. Can't do nothing. I'ma stand with the Lord, and when I'm gonna keep doing that, because every time he come through, he gonna come through bigger and better. It's about to be bigger and better blessings from here on out. I know for myself, it's about to be bigger and better blessings. I'm taking every blessing that God got for me. I know. I just said it last night. Y'all heard me last night. I said, man, I'm taking what God got for me, because the walk that I'm going through, bro, the walk that I've gone through, it was for me. Man, I'm taking it. I'm taking everything that God got for Mac. I ain't letting go nothing. I'm just like Jacob, bro, wrestling with the Lord, bro. I told the Lord, I ain't letting go till you bless me. And many times I wanted to just walk away and quit all this stuff. And it's not just about the truck, but my good friend said last week, he was filled with the Holy Spirit. He was on the phone. He said, Mac, I am telling you, when God fix your truck, he said, when God fix your truck, he said, you about to step into some blessings. And I don't know exactly how it may all fold out. But 2026, I believe God is just unraveling all for me. I'll be 36 years old. 36 years old. Felt like 4 years from now, I'll be 40, bro. I felt like my life passing me by. Everybody living. Everybody doing their thing. It felt like old Mac was just fell behind. Forgotten. God ain't forgot me, man. God ain't forgot you neither. He ain't forgot. He ain't forgot. Man, that's my blessing, bro. That's what he did. That's part of it, and it's about to go greater from greater. Everything that y'all ever heard me speak about, it's about to come to pass for me. And anything that you've been believing for, I pray that God come through for you. I pray. I really do, because if you hold on to God, man, you hold on to Jesus, man, I cried on that phone with my mechanic, bro. Like, and look, check this out. I was on the phone, and some tears dropped down my eye, because I was like, man, what am I going to do, Jesus? I said, Lord, I get it, the faith and trying to grow me in faith and what I believe. I said, I get all this. I need help, Jesus. I said, I need your help, God. I said, I need your help. That's what I need. I said, I get it. Faith, grow strong, high, happy, cry, laugh, hurt. I said, but I need help. I said, come on. I said, Lord, I need some help. That's why I said, man, I need help. Sure. I said, what am I supposed to do? See, people don't realize that God will take you as far as you feel like it's all over. God may not save you from that hurt or that pain. He won't. And I learned that I had to embrace the pain. I had to embrace the pain. You gotta embrace the pain. You gotta embrace the hurt. You gotta embrace it. You gotta just welcome it in and just say, welcome home, hurt and pain and humiliation. Welcome. You just gotta welcome it. And that's basically what I did. I just welcome it in. And now it don't have that same effect no more. It don't have that same effect no more. I'm walking into my blessing, bro. I'm walking into mine. I pray y'all walking in yours. Man, he gonna fit. He said he bought my parts for free, bro. And I was just in the backyard asking God how I'm gonna get this money. Man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, man. Everything, I'm telling you, man. Man, for real, for real. I just want to let y'all know that my phone probably gonna die. Y'all hold strong. May the blessings of God come through for you too, because I know y'all need it too. And may he come through for you like he coming through for me. May he give you your heart desire, but may your heart belong to the Lord. I can't walk nobody. I ain't trying to walk nobody else's path. My path been mine, and it's starting to brighten up a little bit. My path been mine. I don't want to live nobody else's path. I don't want to be in nobody else's shoes. My blessing is for Mac. 36 years, 35 years of turmoil. I ought to write a book called 36 Years of Crap. But it should say 36 years of growth. You feel me? I'm walking into my kingship. I know I'm walking into my kinglyship, my kinglyhood, my priesthood. I know I'm walking into that. I know I'm walking. I feel it. I'm walking into it. I know I am. I'm walking into the blessings of God. And the trunk is just as, it signifies what's ahead of me. That's what I believe. I don't think it just stops at the trunk. I think it's everything that I've been praying and hoping for about to come to pass in my life. And I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. So that's all I want to say. I love y'all. Hold on to God. Y'all be blessed. I'm gonna keep you updated. I'm happy. I'm excited. That's all I gotta say. I told my mama. My mama was like, I told my mama. I said, Mama, man, someone just bought all my parts for my truck, Mama. I said, somebody just bought all my parts, Mama. She said, let me tell you something. She said, let me tell you something. She said, you get your truck. She said, when you get your truck up, God about to bless you. God about to bless you, man. He gonna bless you. I said, well, my good friend Louisiana said the same thing last week, Mama. Yeah, my mama just said the same thing right now. And right now, she just said the same thing. And I just called him back, and he was encouraging me again. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm happy, bro. I God, bro. Whoo! You understand? I don't mind. Y'all don't get, you know, I brag on my own blessings sometimes. So anyway, I just want to keep y'all encouraged. Hold on to God. I got to go in Jesus' mighty name. My phone about to go dead. Y'all hold on to the Lord, man. He going to come through with a blessing. Hold on to the Lord. He going to come through with a blessing. He really is. Peace.